Welcome to About Anything Really with yours truly, Jimmy Rengham. So, first of all, before I dive into today's topic, I want to talk about, what is it called? Imposter Syndrome. I want to talk about Imposter Syndrome. And before I dive into that, am I the only person who's feeling cold? Do kila time when I log in social media, I mean, not watu na tiny dresses and tiny skirts. They go, me, I'm freezing all the time. Partners in crime, am I not a criminal too? I want to be a criminal. Anyway, follow me on all social media platforms at J_Mirengo. Yes, subscribe, like, share, tell them to tell a friend to tell a friend. So anyway, Imposter Syndrome. What do you guys get by Imposter Syndrome? And by the way, I'm not here to discuss something I am very aware of. It's more of we call it a vent. It's more of a vent because like any questions I'm going to ask you are not rhetorical. I do not know what to do with it or yes. So anyway, Imposter Syndrome. I feel like people confuse the whole Imposter Syndrome with esteem issues, and I don't think it's the same thing because I feel like mostly Imposter Syndrome comes when it comes to your career and generally your intelligence, like I have days where I feel like, okay, maybe people think I'm smarter than I actually am. I have those days a lot. And also even in my work, I feel like there are days I'm like, no other voice of artist is as good as Auntie Jerry. Consistent beast. I got this. I'm better than anyone else out there. But then I have days when I'm like, I'm sure it sounds as good as you guys are making it look. I mean, you guys are making it sound good because like I'm your friend. Does that make sense? I don't know if I don't want to say I don't know. I want to say I feel like I know people around maybe their late 20s. People, let me not limit it to age. I feel like everybody goes through imposter syndrome at some point in their life. Like maybe you're a doctor and you're actually good at what you do, but every once in a while you feel like, okay, what if I misdiagnose this guy? What if what I think this guy is suffering from is not what they're suffering from? Oh my god, what if I give them the wrong medication and then something goes wrong? And then nothing really goes wrong, but it was just you like getting into your own hair dealer designer. Maybe you're not as good as you think you are. I don't know. Do you guys go through imposter syndrome? Because I feel like I go through it a lot because first of all, I don't feel like I've been reading enough to write well enough. Okay, so every once in a while I get ideas, like crazy ideas about movie scripts. I script, so like I get movie scripts and things like those, and I start writing it. And when I'm writing it, I think it's good, and I am 100% into the whole thing. And then later on, I'm reading, I'm like, am I sure I want to share this with somebody? And then there are days that it gets to your head and I don't share it. And I stick it over and somebody goes through it, they're like, sis, why are you holding on to this? You should be doing this a whole lot more. I'm like, are you sure though? Are you sure you're not saying that because you're my cousin? Are you sure you're not saying that because we're just friends? And I don't know whether the whole imposter syndrome thing comes with age. If you're older or younger, you can tell me if you go through this. I'm 26. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm in my late 20s. But anyway, you get the point. Like, do you guys go through this? Do you go through the whole... It's not that you're not good at what you do, but every once in a while you sort of self-doubt. Is it called self-doubt? Yes. It's like you're leaving somebody else. It's like this is not who you actually are. Like people think I'm a great voiceover artist, I'm outgoing, I am wild, I'm crazy, but then some days I'm like, am I though? Am I? Or is that what I want people to believe? Or is that what I have told myself I am? So like that is who I am pretending to be. Yes, the word is pretend. Like you feel like you're pretending to be somebody else. But you're not. Am I making sense? Or yeah. Do you can down like you can Google and who do you understand? And you're not who people think you are. And it's not a matter of I think, and the word I'm using I think is because this is what I think about this particular topic, okay? And I think in many situations, the whole when a vary. Okay, by vary I mean I feel like it's different for different people, for different walks of life, and the reason why I think there's a thin line between self-esteem and imposter syndrome, because I feel like self-esteem is how you feel about yourself, like generally, you know, maybe what you look like, your height, your size, you know, maybe emotionally, I think. Is that it? I don't know. But mostly I feel like imposter syndrome comes in within your career and your intelligence, you know. Maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am. Maybe I am dumber than they think I am, or maybe I am smarter than they think I am. Like, I don't know. Imposter syndrome is just, I feel like it's a setback. I feel like it's one of those things you go through when you're going through life, because that level of uncertainty, I feel like that is what pushes you to the next level, you know. Like, I have days where I'm like, am I sure that that ad is as good as I want it to sound? Maybe they're exaggerating how good it is, and I don't know, maybe next time, or when I try it again, I do it with a whole lot more psych and zeal, and I try to do better. So I don't know whether imposter syndrome is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just, okay, I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's generally just a bad thing. And guys, I hope every question I have asked is, you guys have understood it is not rhetorical. Like, I'm asking, what the hell do you do when you go through imposter syndrome? What do you guys do to cope with imposter syndrome? Because I'm not gonna lie, sister, I've been going through it for a minute, and I'm pretty sure many people would like to know, you know. It's just me, it's all in my head. Because, like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Oh my god. Nah, it can't be just me. Yeah, I've been trying to research, do I call it research, and read about this imposter syndrome, and everything just tells me the same thing, you know, it's you're just doubting your intelligence, or you're doubting yourself in your career, or you're doubting how good you are at certain things, and I didn't get any answers. It's like taking antidepressants. I'm sorry if you're on antidepressants, the medication, but I feel like when you're on antidepressants, it feels the same way. Like, when I was researching for this topic, I am not getting the solution to the problem, I am solving the symptoms though, you know. Just tell me not to think about it too much, not to get into your own head. But then how do I get rid of the whole being in that space in the first place? Because, okay, now I feel like I've lost some people. If you're on antidepressants, this is my opinion on taking them. I feel like they treat the symptoms like, you have not been sleeping, now you're sleeping. You have not been feeding well, now you're eating well. You know, like, they sort of treat the symptoms of depression, or what you're going, yes, of depression, but they don't cure the actual problem. Like, the difference between when you're on them and when you're not is that now you actually do other things, like you eat and drink now and sleep, but you're still depressed about the things that you were depressed about, you know. If it's school that was stressing you, you didn't stop going to school, you didn't solve that issue. But that is entirely my opinion. Anyway, I'm digressing from that. That is what it feels like. What I've been reading about is about this imposter syndrome vibe has been giving me, you know, like, they're not giving me they're just telling me what it is. I know what it is. I just want to know, how do you not go through it? How do you not get there? How do you prevent yourself from getting there? Or is it like a part of life, you have to go through it? How do you do it? Guys, I don't know what else to say about this topic. I'm still doing my research. Feel free to comment, share, and give me your opinion, you know, on all social media platforms. You can DM me on Instagram, you can WhatsApp me if you have my number. You can leave your comments here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Just tell me what you guys really feel about imposter syndrome, how you're supposed to deal with it, how you feel about it. Is it an age thing? Do you get to a point where you get to, like, self-actualization in your career and in your career? Because I feel like it's more career oriented and intelligence oriented. Like, Nisawa, I have this PhD, but am I really this smart? Like, guys, I failed a few times before I got here. You know, like, is there a point where you get to a point where you're like, yeah, man, ain't nobody like me? Later is of you. fanya kitu. Got them. Also, yeah, and people who write, do you guys go through a moment where you write something and then you read it, you're like, Anga, it's not as good as I thought it was, you know? I don't know. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode. Feel free to subscribe, share, like. You can watch all of these other videos. Hapo zote. Yes. Thank you guys. Peace out.